Hello everyone, and what is going on? Hyperion-Blue-GT here. Welcome back to Gran Turismo 7 Part 136. Here we go folks, the final race in Group 1 Prototype Series at Grand Valley Highway 1. After for the recap from race number 5 at Michelin Raceway, World Atlanta. 30-minute endurance is very much more thrill, challenging, and much similar to the World Touring Car 700. While the progress is now being shown to have 83%, just only one more to go, and this will have to take a good 100% event complete to have one course remaining. But of course, I just really come to think of it because if I had to be preferred to go for the LMP1 race car, because Group C race car might have to take a lot of good acceleration and go hard going contender to see how it goes. But unfortunately, I just really had to go down to do some strategy tips since I just used the Mazda 787B 1991. For only one more race to have 10 times the tire wear and fuel consumption in 7 times. 10 laps will have to go by the usual to have a much more similar track layout from the previous Gran Turismo games to be used onto a different environment. But here in the state of California to be located in the west coast right next to the Big Sur Highway 1 and the view of Pacific. Just to let you guys know because I got everything to be set, ready up, and planned by strategy to go for only one race without having a pit stop might need to have a hard racing compound tires to be on the main recommended course. But if possible, just any kinds of race car category without Group 1 car could be entered at any time. It's about to go by various and matter of strategy to go for only one tire wear and fuel consumption by differences in different use. So I hope this is going to get a lot of good stepping closer out there to be finishing up to have one event before moving on to have some additional and one menu book available to be take part in Historic Sports Cars Classic. So let's go to the race menu, and here we have 2 tips from Koke Lopez and Takuma Sasaki. I'm Koke Lopez from Spain. Perhaps you know me as the 2022 GT Nations Cup World Champion. You know, I've always loved the track at Grand Valley, and I am thrilled to be racing it once again. The mix of the high speed and technical session makes it one of the most instructive tracks in all of Gran Turismo. It's all about the evolution of Grand Valley Speedway. From the most original environment to have a good scenic mountains and environment to a most beautiful state in California to be located in the Big Sur Highway 1 coast right next to the Pacific Ocean. And for the second tip from Takuma Sasaki. Hi there, I'm Takuma Sasaki from Japan. Go easy on your tires and watch your fuel tank, and you might be able to race this without pit stops. Of course, all the drivers have their own strategy. I wonder what's yours. I'll have to go by various strategy, Takuma Sasaki. That's why I'll have to go and choose any Group 1 car or any kinds of race car to be capable to be better in use. Onto the settings to have a good detail, so make sure viewers, racing hard compound tires only, but don't forget, all you might need to have a medium turbocharged RPM will be installed to be capable to be using on different LMP1 car category. So it's all set, have my Porsche 919 Hybrid 2016 with the UDRS in Sportec, calculate performance, so up I go, let's do this! The final race in Group 1 Prototype Series will be prepared to go rolling start in about 3, 2, 1, and I'm off. Fuel map at the ready, then go braking on turn 2. Got to make sure that I have to master Grand Valley Highway 1 and control the Porsche 919 Hybrid. It takes a lot of practice to go harder to be climbing up in first place without having pit stop when using the hard racing tires. That's why the strategy, it will have to take a good suitable position to stay behind in 20th to get there on time. So keep a good watchful eye on the number of laps. You have to go by limitation to be on 10. Coming in on turn 9, then do on turn 10. Stay behind on Daniel Solis. Okay, there you go. Just make a good, decent slope and turn. Guiding up the direction. Got to go slipstream and enter Grand Valley Bridge. Third sector on the way. Got to overtake Takuma Sasaki in the Audi R18 2016. This could be a very tough corner. Alright, that's good overtake. Now inside the final corner at the tunnel. Just faster as it goes, passing in Moisov and Killian Drummond on the Toyota TS030 Hybrid. 1 minute, 38.359 seconds on the faster lap time before entering lap number 2. The progress will go underway. 30 seconds is being yet remaining. But it's gonna have to take some time and just have to stay between on power 3 to hold down the fort. That's why it takes more practice and more committing to have some few other Group 1 cars by overtake in the past. Just have to go and stay in forward position and do the 15. Have turn 10 to stay in good condition. Alright, gonna have to do the pattern. Just go back to the Grand Valley Bridge. Now I see Koke Lopez and G. Barbara on 13 and 14 with two Vision GT cars for the Alpine 2017 and Honda N 2025 Group 1. Okay, brakes will be set on 2. Just have to give it one floor, then give it more speed boost. Okay, finishing up on lap 2. Got to go forward on lap number 3 and 7 more to go. Got to make sure that I had to keep a good eye on Jonathan Wong and Baulio Gallo. But Takuma Minasono is currently to be in the first position in the lead by the defense when using the McLaren Ultimate Vision GT Group 1. There he is. Got to catch up to him, then make a good, decent effort on sector 2 to go around on turn number 7 through turn 8. Got to be extra careful on turn 9 that I had to go middle of the outside in turn 10. Okay, good feedback and respond. Just have to give a much more decent recharge on the battery and go boost it a little bit. That's why prototype race car on the hybrid is very good efficiency. Try not to go oversteer. I just really have to keep going to get there on time. Just have to make that good opening. Come on. Gonna have to go overtake on Q Giroux. Speed Beer Boris is already at the pits. Okay, there we go. Now, gonna have to go right in. Watch out for Esteban when coming out at the pits. Okay, that's a very good driving committed on turn 2. Got to stay behind and defend it on 10 to get there and keep up the good fight. You'll have to take 9 more cars to go, and it'll have to take a lot of more concentration to stay on the main track of the objective. It's only down to 18 seconds, almost towards 19. I'm very sure of it because new day of the weekly challenges is ahead of me, so I had to be here on time for a participation. Or if I had to do it on Saturday because of the new date schedule for weekly challenges. That's why last week that it is very much more enjoyable, so I had to be going in again. Alright, now I see Angel Inestrosa on the Toyota Gr.1 Hybrid. That should be good for now, and just have to go focusing on the offense towards the latest position on the Bugatti Vision GT Group 1 in number 9. Okay, gonna have to go and hold the field in 60%. Halfway there, entered lap number 5. He's already overtaken Mikhail Hazal in the Dodge SRT Tomahawk Vision GT Group 1. Got to go dash through on turn 3 and 4. Then turn 5 until pull the brake on turn 6 to cue the exit. Okay, commit on turn 7. Got to catch up to Ryuta Kokubun in the Mazda 787B. So you see folks, I just used the same 787B to be ever before to have some main example course to see how it turns out. Just like the original environment to Grand Valley Speedway from Gran Turismo 1 to Gran Turismo 6. But the Highway 1 counterpart to have a good reimagining design of the environment to be situated in the state of California to be right next to the view of Pacific Ocean. But I can't argue with that because this track might be giving a good resemblance to have a new ways as a good old nostalgia. Okay, short chicane is done and finished. Gonna have to keep going and practice some more. Moving on to the 5th by only 13 more to go. But I can hardly wait, and I see Summit Bishop on the far distance in about 2.8 seconds. 4 more laps to go. Got to go round 2 with Ryuta Kokubun just to have turn 2 and keep it up straight. It's a real intense toe-to-toe battle between Takuma Minosono, Jonathan Wong, and Valeo Gallo for the battle of first place. It could be impossible that you really might need to have some improved settings to get organized and master the track. But unfortunately, it takes attempt by attempt, practice by practice, and find a good how-to tip. Mike gonna have to go figure this out. That's good on the 4th. Going back on 14 seconds. This could be a bit more impossible that I just really had to go by a race car without a Group 1 title. Then let's give it for a better backup solution. Turn right over here. Now gonna have to go kick it up into high gear. Power 2 will give it extra boost and reinforce on 3. It's only down to 40%. Just have to go and proceed in lap number 7. Back down on turn 3. 7.7 seconds to Takuma Minosono's position in the McLaren Ultimate Vision GT Group 1. Just have the good line here. Just have to go commit the distance and back on sector 2. Okay, that's only 4.8 seconds. Just have to keep committing and just keep a good, save plenty amount of fuel to get there for the final lap. But talk about having some similarity to go for only one decent Group 1 car to see which is going to be the best or the better. But I'll have to be preferred to have the Red Bull X 2019 competition, or the McLaren MP4/4 is very much more good to be used. Almost there to have 10 seconds remaining. Just have to keep going and do more faster straightaway and curves on the tunnel at the final corner. Just break the gap and get there to be on lap number 8. Okay, there we go. Just keep focusing on Minosono. Dive down back on turn 3 and 4. The sun is getting closer to be at late afternoon. Just hold it steady. Almost there to overtake the McLaren Vision GT. He's on the right, going caution, and back on sector 2. A little bit much more pacing of disrupted, but I'm just really gonna have to go on the aggressive and catch us up to have some few other top tier contenders in the same class. But the strategy for only LMP1 race car just have to go by all-wheel drive drivetrain to keep a good, better, and used. But it takes have to do some simple strategy to go by a perspective. But however, you'll have to take a number of gap distance to keep it good well and use it very wisely. But it's down to 9.2 seconds, so I have to get back up and just have to keep building up with some more paces. So which percentage am I at? Only 22 to go. Just have to go a little bit more faster pace. Stay on gear 5 to go up on gear 6. An ultimate lap on number 9. Okay, I can hardly wait. This could be a bit more decent challenge, and of course, I'd have to go by Power 1 to be on the main improvise. Okay, that's 8.1 seconds. Almost there. I just hardly wait, folks. I can barely hardly wait. It takes a lot of full offenses to see this race of the strategy to get this on time and get it to be well done. Okay, 13% to go. I know this is going to be a very tough sacrifice. I just really have to be preferred for the 908 to be recommendable. Down to 5.8. Okay, Balio Gallo is at the pits. Jonathan Wong is in as well. It all comes down to this, so I have to use it very wisely and think fuel economy. Final lap, viewers, this is it. It's about to go sunset, and just have to get myself prepared to have a long, tough strategy to go on a major stepping stone on first place. But the sunset is just right on time to go enter to have the 10th lap to go for the final. So I have to think strategy, folks. Think strategy, and no pit stop allowed at this moment. But if possible, just have to make sure to keep it very more extra decency to have some plenty amount of paces left to go. But I mean, I just felt a little bit much more steamed out. all that aggressive is barely coming up onto the tip-top shape. So I had to stay focused on myself because it's only down to 7%. Just have a few more corners and elevation left to go. Just only 7.4 seconds. Finally made it on time. But very good to have a matter of nighttime to go earlier to be as ever before. Just like Gran Turismo 3 A-Spec on the reverse direction, but here on now, it will be doing much more thrill and very excellent to see how the sunset to go all the way. So let's take it to the finish line and go the final stretch. I can hardly wait, and this will be doing clear on the podium. And there you go, folks. First place for Team UDRS Insportec. Only one single LMP1 category is very good to be exactly and hold down the fort. But after all, lead number 4 could be a very much more possible to stay on the main offense during the first 10 laps. But of course, it takes 16 minutes 35 seconds for the decimal of 0.077 seconds. Faster lap time is being claimed by 1 minute 37.597 seconds. Thank you, exercise practice, and one average earning to have 160,000 Gran Turismo credit without clean bonus. But of course, it could be a bit much more tougher and more difficult that you have to master Grand Valley Highway 1 without any contact to be around on Sector 1, 2, and 3. But it takes a lot of driving marathon for today is 193.8 miles to have 31.8 miles by a recent. But you know, it could be doing a matter of perspective to see which one is going to be doing a lot of more better to have Group 1 cars to see how faster can toughen up things will be. So onto the replay and just have to go skip lap by lap. But I'll have to be preferred to have this scene right over here to be approaches on turn number 2 or even around on turn number 3 through 4. But maybe this might have to go for a better image is will perfect and needed. But there you go. Replay saved by having some more extra space than going exit. But good thing available replay content due to my development is still available at this time. But it takes a lot of typing and filling out to have some creative ideas for myself. But event directory to go in progress to be at 91%. But there you go. 100% on Group 1 Prototype Series is done. Daytona, Suzuka, Scienti Clorix, Fuji International Speedway, Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta, and Grand Valley Highway 1. All 6 races in one event is done. But this might have to be considered this to be well earned to have a car collection by an extra. Time for me to go back to the GT Cafe and get myself for having a roulette ticket available to be currently for only one car collection as a reminder. So let's go to the extra menu and Toyota Family Car on number 18 by the extra. Good thing that you guys have already got the Alpha Heart Executive Lounge 2018, Prius G 2009, and the Crown Athlete G 2013 to have some 4-passenger Toyota cars to have a 4-star roulette ticket. Then let's receive the rewards. Congratulations, you got all 3 cars. This completes your Toyota Family Car collection. Once you collect your present, I got some stories to tell you about these cars. Spring Perfect on the clock. That's a beautiful scenery image to have all kinds of 3 Toyota vehicles to be labeled as a family car. Collection Toyota Family Cars is complete. and the very good 4-star roulette ticket has now been acquired. So let's have a good narrative story about the Toyota family cars to be ready up and see how the history will made to be designed by Toyota vehicles. These 3 cars were designed for families and are prized for significant historical and cultural value. The Toyota Crown is Japan's representative luxury sedan. This model is a 14th generation Crown from 2012. Indeed, one cannot overstate the impact of this car has had on Japanese automotive history. Its story begins in 1955 when car ownership in the country was still quite rare. It was in the era when the Crown made its debut as Toyota's first genuine passenger vehicle. A decade later, it greatly contributed to Japan's passenger car boom. And by the 1980s, it had garnered an excellent reputation, as evidenced by its advertisement slogan, "One day, a Crown." The Prius is Toyota's hybrid car powered by the system, initially known as THS. It was introduced in 1997. The Prius drivetrain combined an angle with 2 motors to deliver highly efficient driving performance. Even today, this innovative technology remains at the core of Toyota's hybrid production strategy. Next, we will talk about the quintessential Japanese family hauler, the minivan. Minivans first appeared in Japan in the 1990s and were built to accommodate multiple people on traveling in Japanese roads. The tall, spacious, and competent nature of minivans made this Japanese genuine a big hit. The Toyota Alphard was among the most desired. It stands out as a representative example of Japanese minivan culture. Because of their high-level comfort, many minivans have become regarded as luxury vehicles. And at top of the list is the stylish and premium Toyota Alphard. And it is only getting more popular every year, not just in Japan, but all over the world. This collection gives you a sense of Toyota's automotive history and Japanese car culture in general. You see that, folks? Every kind of Toyota vehicle is being well-made designed for every family all over the world. The Crown, the Prius, and the Alphard. Just only 3 of them is now perfectly to be well used to be drive anywhere on the road or on the track. But very much more obliged and very good surprise as a narrative story by Luca. Menu number 18 is clear, so next up, I know you guys are about to get yourself prepared, is the history of Ford GT. This will be having one of the first generation on the Ford GT40 Mark I 1966. Second generation is the 2006 Ford GT, and the third is the Ford GT 2017. Despite of the era and history to have both of them as a GT, and original to have the GT40 to be well designed and compete in Le Mans for the 1960s. But 6-star roulette ticket is also yet to be acquired to have some 3 legendary Ford GTs and become the envy of car enthusiasts everywhere. I'll have to wrap this up and finish at the end of the video, folks, because if I had to go by proceed enter to have one menu book available to be entered on Historic Sports Car Masters, and of course just try out to have some 3 new events for the latest update on Sunday Cup Classic at Tsukuba Circuit, European Clubman Cup 600 at Suzuka Circuit, and Japanese Clubman Cup 550 at WeatherTech Raceway, Laguna Seca. I'll have to think about it because this one might have to go by 137 to go with 3 events are being recently to be added. So thank you for enjoying watching the video on Gran Turismo 7. I hope you enjoyed. Go subscribe to my YouTube channel for a like, comment, then click the bell for notification on upcoming content videos if you'd like to see. Follow me on DeeperNet Art, Instagram, Twitter, GT Planet, Patreon, Discord, and more social media platforms. And don't forget to check it out, all of my screenshot images on UDRS in Sportec, Vision Total Drama, and DreamArt Libre Style Dispenser presented by myself, Hyperion-Blue-GT, as you may ever welcome at any time. I'll be seeing you guys next time on Gran Turismo 7, and I look forward to see you again in the next video. Keep on racing, stay clean.